She trusted him with her life. He stood beside her at rallies. He walked the campaign trail with her. He was on her payroll. And this week, Dallas SWAT hunted him down, forced him out of a vehicle with tear gas, and shot him dead. Because her bodyguard was a fugitive, wanted for impersonating a law enforcement officer. And Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's office? Silent. This is Under Scrutiny. And today, we are asking the question nobody in Washington wants to answer. How does a wanted criminal end up guarding a sitting member of Congress on donor money? Here is what is confirmed. On the night of March 12, 2026, Dallas police SWAT officers tracked a man known publicly as Mike King to the parking garage of a children's hospital in Dallas. He barricaded himself inside a vehicle. Officers deployed tear gas to force him out. When he emerged, he pointed a firearm directly at officers. They shot him dead. No officers were injured. But here's where it gets complicated. That man, Mike King, was not just some random fugitive Dallas police happens to find. He was part of the security detail for U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett. Multiple law enforcement sources confirmed that to CBS News Texas, and he had been operating under the radar, using aliases, running a business called Off-Duty Police Services, placing real officers into off-duty jobs, all while impersonating a law enforcement officer himself. Let that land. A man pretending to be a cop, placing actual cops in jobs, and guarding a member of the United States Congress. Now, rewind. Images obtained by CBS News Texas show King standing close to Crockett at public events and on the campaign trail during her recent run for a U.S. Senate seat. This wasn't a one-time arrangement. He was a visible, trusted presence in her world. Documents obtained by CBS News Texas confirm a person named Mike King received payments for security services from Crockett as recently as last year. Campaign funds, donor money, paid to a man operating under an alias, with a criminal record with an active warrant, who drove a replica undercover police vehicle with stolen license plates taken from cars outside a military recruiting office. That's when everything shifted. Because this is no longer just a story about a bad hire. This is a story about what was known, when it was known, and whether anyone asked the right questions. If you value documented fact-first breakdowns that don't spin for either side, stay with us. This story is unfolding in real time, and we are tracking every development. Here's what is alleged, and what remains unanswered. Sources told CBS News that King had an extensive criminal history. It remains unclear how he managed to secure a high-level security role for a sitting member of Congress. Authorities have withheld his real name. He was described as a convicted felon operating under multiple aliases. So the question at the center of all of this is simple, and it's devastating. Did anyone run a background check? Because if they did and still hired him, that raises one set of alarming questions. And if they didn't, that raises an entirely different set. Except that's not the full story. There is a third layer here. Mike King wasn't just some fringe character on the edges of this operation. He allegedly supervised security teams at downtown Dallas hotels and managed operations at his church. He had reach, he had access, he had proximity to power. And the system, somewhere, failed to flag him. Here is how the other side has responded. Crockett's office and Dallas PD have declined further comment amid the investigation. That's it. That is the entirety of the official response. No statement, no acknowledgement, no accountability. A sitting Congresswoman's personal bodyguard is killed in a SWAT standoff, wanted for impersonating a police officer, paid with campaign funds, and the office says nothing. So where do things stand right now? Authorities continue to withhold King's full legal name pending family notification and investigation completion. Dallas police have confirmed the shooting. They have confirmed the warrant for impersonating a law enforcement officer. But the Dallas Police Department has not officially named the deceased or disclosed his formal relationship to Crockett. Crockett herself recently lost the Texas Democratic Senate primary, defeated by State Representative James Tallarico on March 3rd. She is still a sitting member of Congress, and the silence from her office is deafening. Here is what is confirmed, one final time. Mike King, real name still withheld, was a fugitive. He was wanted. He used aliases. He drove a fake police vehicle with stolen plates. He had a criminal history. He was on Crockett's payroll for security services in 2025. And on March 12, 2026, Dallas SWAT shot him dead after he pointed a gun at officers. Those are the facts, verified, documented, on record. And the central question, the one that does not go away, is this. Did Jasmine Crockett's team know who they were hiring? And if not, why not? A congresswoman paid a fugitive to protect her. He is dead. She is silent. Americans deserve answers. If that's the kind of accountability journalism you want more of, documented, fact-first, no spin, subscribe to Under Scrutiny. We don't chase narratives. We chase records, and we are following this story all the way. Drop your questions in the comments. What do you want answered next? This story is not over.